Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We are Vacay Mode Travels. That is Sarah. I am Alden.
But I thought you were Sarah. Today we're going to be talking about Jamaica destination weddings. We talk a lot about why Mexico is such an amazing spot for a destination wedding. We're a little biased because we live here, but today we want to also shed some light on Jamaica, why this is such a great spot for a destination wedding, the different areas of Jamaica that you can get married in, who they're ideal for, as well as what that planning process should look like and what you can expect out of a Jamaica destination wedding.
Yeah, remember, it's not just your wedding day, it's an experience for you and your guests. Over a third of Caribbean weddings are in Jamaica. So it's definitely a go-to spot in the Caribbean.
Yes. So let's start out. First things first, it's the venues. I mean, whether you are looking for, to have a beautiful beach wedding on 7 Mile Beach in Negril, you're looking for a cliff in Ocho Rios, or you're looking for lush tropical gardens in Montego Bay, there is truly a venue and a setting for everybody.
Yep. Another great option is the all-inclusive resorts selection that you have. It just makes the destination so much easier for you and your guests. It's a easier way to budget, things like that. All of the expenses, dinners, drinks, all included. It's just nice to have a selection of all-inclusive resorts, and Jamaica does offer that.
Absolutely. Another thing Jamaica offers is easy legal requirements. So if you envision a legal in-destination wedding, often referred to as a civil ceremony, Jamaica makes this very easy because their residency requirement is only 48 hours prior to the destination wedding. So that makes it very easy. You don't have to come in days or a week ahead of time. You can just be there 48 hours ahead of time and still have that legal in-destination wedding.
Yeah, and just the flip side of that, if you do want to have a symbolic wedding and bypass a lot of the legal paperwork, you can get married back home at your local courthouse and then have your wedding and destination be a symbolic one. Also, the incredible local culture and hospitality. Yeah, you're looking for beach, you're looking for a beautiful background, but couples today are looking to incorporate some of the local culture, Mexico, Jamaica, wherever it is. And Jamaica has such a laid-back island vibe. It has rich history, vibrant culture, and there are a lot of ways that you can incorporate that into your wedding day.
I mean, I'm a huge Marley fan, and I gotta say, nothing feels more like a beach day or a vacation than putting on some Marley. Is anyone else with me on that?
Yeah, no, I love Bob Marley. And the other reason is that it's a perfect honeymoon destination. Let's say you're there for a week, you have your wedding activities, everything going on, you wave everyone goodbye, and then you can start your honeymoon. It's a great way and great destination to have an extension. It doesn't mean you have to stay at the same resort. Maybe you want to go to a different part of the island. Maybe you're having a very active wedding week, and then you're looking for a more laid back, peaceful setting for your honeymoon. You don't have to go anywhere. All you would need is, transfer to wherever you're looking to go. Or maybe you just want to stay where you're at, but just be alone with your loved one.
And maybe you even want to upgrade your room category for the honeymoon portion of your stay. That's really common to do as well. All right, so we talked about why Jamaica is a great spot for a destination wedding. Let's talk about the different areas of Jamaica that you can choose for your destination wedding and who they are ideal for, because let's be honest, every spot is not the same and it's not right for every single person. So it's really important to make sure that you go to the destination that fits the vibe and the experience that you're looking for. So first up in Jamaica, we're going to talk about Montego Bay. First off, the airport is here. So for those of you looking for luxury and convenience, maybe you have a lot of guests that get car sick, they're nervous about the long car rides to Negril or Ocho Rios. Staying in Montego Bay allows you to have easy accessibility, still have the luxury resorts, and have plenty of excursions nearby.
Yeah, that is important to a lot of our couples. You have people flying hours already to a destination. They want to make sure that the distance from the airport to the resort isn't another additional few hours. Montego Bay is another great option, and flight options to Montego Bay, a lot of direct options there. The next one is Negril, beautiful stretch of coast. This is going to be on the west side of the island, 7 Mile Beach. This is where you have the stunning sunsets and laid-back vibes. Those beaches there rank annually in the top 25 in the world. So if you're looking for that white sand beach, Negril is your spot.
Yes. Next up is Ocho Rios. for those of you who love adventure, you want it to be romantic, but you still want to have plenty of things to do. You love to go sightsee. You want to be able to, get out there. Ochos Rios is a great spot. It has natural beauty, adventure, tropical gardens, waterfalls, stunning beaches, and it's very picturesque for a wedding. So not only can you explore, but so can your guests. Things like Dunn's River Falls, which I have climbed myself. It is quite an experience. I did it with my mom many, many, many years ago. But it was, Alden and I actually watched that DVD in the last year. It was pretty funny to see it, 20 years later.
No, it's beautiful. Also, you can, if you want to go off the beaten path, don't forget about the South Coast. It's going to be, again, a little bit of a drive, but if you're one of those, you just don't want to be in those classic tourist spots, consider the South Coast. There's a lot of pockets there, smaller, more boutique options, very untouched, raw. That's also an option too. Do want to talk a little bit of a tip, the safety in Jamaica. These are things that we do have to monitor all the time, but some good news is that the U.S. is considering reevaluating its current travel warning to Jamaica. Tourism, not just wedding, but overall tourism is very important to the country of Jamaica, and so they are investing a lot into that, making sure that things are safe for people. A lot of the companies that weddings work with are are running up and running like they should be. Crime isn't an issue. Again, it's a big investment. They really do succeed off a lot of the tourism economy that comes there. So that is in the works. We're always, keeping an eye on that as well.
One of the areas in Jamaica we would recommend staying away from is Kingston. That just does tend to be the one pocket where there can be some crime and incidents. But the other areas that we talked about today are all great spots to visit in Jamaica. All right, next we want to talk about what does planning your Jamaican destination wedding look like? What's that process and what are the steps? First off, we always recommend working with a certified destination wedding specialist like us that is going to guide you through all of the steps, all the paperwork, all the wedding packages, all the wedding planning, and all the travel arrangements for you and your guests. That gets overlooked a lot with destination weddings. We tend to focus on the group travel, but the wedding planning is just as important, if not more important, because that's why everybody is going. So make sure you are working with somebody that you trust, that understands your vision, and that is going to guide you through all of those steps.
Yes. The next one is what time of year to get married in Jamaica. What is the best time to get married there? Jamaica's dry season is from December to April. Again, that's if you're looking for, cooler weather, not having a high chance of rain or a tropical storm, anything like that. December to April is your sweet spot, but it is also peak tourist season, so expect a little bit higher pricing, a little bit more crowds there. But if you're looking to save some coin and avoid the crowds, consider May, June, and November. Again, I think more in the fall is when you're gonna have a lot of those tropical storms. Again, you can't help it, but something to consider if you have any flexibility in your dates.
And those times are pretty consistent among, Mexico, the Caribbean, the whole area. That just tends to be peak season, December to April. So, there are some alternatives there, but if you're looking for warm, sunny weather, perfect time for it. Next is going to be to choose the wedding package that fits your needs. Now, we know that a lot of resorts offer multiple levels of wedding packages, and a lot of couples tend to have the initial thought of, I should just go for the biggest package. That is not always the best case. If you look at that package and there are things in there that you're indifferent about, you don't care about, go down a level of the package and a la carte the things that are important to you. That way you're not paying for things that you don't need, aren't important to you, and you're really focusing on those things that are important to you.
Yes. Another thing to consider is choosing a wedding package that fits your needs, but also your guests' needs. Remember, your wedding day is the reason that they're there. But things like the room block, the type of rooms, consider having a variety. Although you may want to just have the most cost-effective option, a lot of people are going to use this trip as their vacation. So they're going to want to go all out. They're going to want to upgrade their room. And so having a wide variety of room selections is important. And then also, what does the resort offer? Are there things to do, activities, excursions nearby as well?
Yes. Add some local touches into your wedding. Now in Jamaica, this could be things like jerk chicken, it could be steel drums, it could be festivals. You could have a signature cocktail like a rum punch is very popular in Jamaica. incorporating those local culture, local things into the wedding celebration is such a fun way to tie in the local culture into your celebration.
I love it. I don't know if we mentioned that we stopped there on our honeymoon.
We did.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought
Not today we didn't.
No.
But
No. Another thing is considering a pre or post wedding excursions. A lot of couples are considering showing up a little bit early with close friends and family and having some just alone time with that tight knit group. And they're setting up some excursions to have some experiences before the wedding festivities start. Some examples might be, like Sarah mentioned, Dunn's River Falls is a beautiful waterfall. Rick's Cafe in the Grill is this cliffside spot, beautiful, great spot to have a drink and catch a sunset. Blue Hole is a hidden gem. It has turquoise pools and there's some waterfalls there. Or you can book a catamaran. This is a great option to get out on the water and enjoy some time with your loved ones.
all right, so we've talked about why Jamaica, we've talked about the different areas of Jamaica. Now let's talk about what you can actually expect on your wedding day from a Jamaican destination wedding. First thing is going to be a gorgeous ceremony with all the amazing backdrops that Jamaica has to offer. Whether you're doing an oceanfront terrace, you're doing the lush gardens, you're on the beach, you're going to have an amazing picturesque backdrop.
Yep. Another thing is the food. Think of the
Alden's
delicious
favorite.
Think of the delicious cuisine that Jamaica offers. Not only because it's an island, you're going to have delicious fresh seafood, jerk chicken, a lot of tropical fruits, rum infused wedding cake is an idea that you could do. There's just a lot of options. Or if you are looking to have more of a custom menu, that's an option and available too.
Yes. Live music and entertainment. If you picture personalizing your special day, maybe you want a fire show, maybe you want a reggae band, maybe you want fireworks. Whatever your vision is, Jamaica is a great spot to do it. They have plenty of live entertainment options and ways to personalize. Whether you want to infuse the local culture or you want to do something that's more traditional like fireworks, you can do all of that in Jamaica.
The sunset photos, again, sometimes a lot of couples will time their cocktail hour or whatnot around that golden hour having sunset. Jamaica has beautiful sunsets really anywhere, but especially on that west coast, you're going to catch some stunning spots. Google Jamaica sunset wedding and you'll see what I'm talking about. Oranges, purples, it just makes for a great backdrop.
Yes, and one thing we always talk about is how do you know that you've picked the right resort for you, you're comfortable and confident in your decision, and the best way to do that is go see it for yourself before the big day. You can go do a pre-site visit. A lot of resorts will offer a special rate for bridal couples to do this. You can go taste the food, meet the wedding team, see the venues in person. Sometimes that even changes people's opinions. They may say, you know what, I actually ended up liking this venue more. That has happened before. So doing a pre-site visit allows you to have full transparency into what your special day is going to look like and be able to make any adjustments that you want to ensure it is absolutely perfect, just like you always imagined.
Yes. So the first step to doing this, again, we would love to take the opportunity to meet with you. The first step is to plan a consult with us. We'll discuss your wedding vision, take the first steps. Jamaica's not for everyone, but there is a reason it's one of the most in-demand destination wedding spots. It offers so much, and we would love to be a part of that.
Yes, so if you're not sure if Jamaica's right for you, schedule that consultation, share your vision with us, and we will help guide you in the right direction. Safe travels, you guys.